Hello, dear ones. Welcome to LOA Success Stories. I'm Jackie, and this is where I tell you real life, law of assumption, and law of attraction success stories. By listening to other people's accounts of successfully getting their manifestations, this will help to impress on your subconscious mind that yes, the law is real. And if it works for all of these other people, of course, it'll work for you too. I got the idea to create this channel while lying in the bathtub last night. So if you find this content entertaining or helpful, I would really appreciate the support if you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll continue to make more videos telling you more stories. Today, I have 4 specific person success stories for you. Almost 40 minutes of SP success. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I found Neville Goddard, like many, trying to manifest my SP over a year ago. Without going too much into the old story, basically, it was the typical hot and cold relationship. We also had lots of barriers to being together, including long distance and a third party. Initially, it was a whirlwind romance, but I had doubts. I didn't think I was deserving, so I'd be anxious and questioning everything, even though he gave me no reason to. So, everyone is you pushed out. That's what manifested. I would commit to moving on and let go, and he'd pop up again. Then I'd have doubts, and he'd disappear. And there were assumptions that I made up that he never brought up or gave me any evidence for. I kept thinking, maybe he's depressed. Then he told me he was diagnosed with depression. I worried he had money problems, even though he lived well and had a great job. Suddenly, his credit card was declined, which had never happened. I introduced challenge after challenge into his life through my thoughts, and these made it harder for us to be together. I finally decided that enough was enough. SATs never worked well for me, so I'd focus on affirmations. He wants a loving, committed relationship with me. He can't stop thinking about me. He's madly in love with me. And I stuck with it. I would also turn issues into positives. So instead of being anxious that he was absent because of a third party, I'd say, he's gone because he's building himself up, getting ready to make a commitment to me. He pulled away because he's scared by how much he loves me. He can't think of any other woman than me. And I'd ignore the 3D. If he's not contacting me, I'm still telling myself he's obsessed with me and can't stop thinking about me. He loves hearing from me. He can't wait to talk to me again. remember, you manifested all that bad stuff. All those thoughts were still manifesting. They're just playing out before the good stuff could manifest. Just ignore it and keep your affirmations going. This time, he came back, asked for a relationship, and stuck for 8 months now. And he affirmed these things in 3D that I was affirming in my imagination. He told me how he was focused on work because he needs to feel successful before bringing someone else into his life. He told me he hasn't been able to look at anyone the way that he looks at me. But this had happened before, so how have I kept him this time around? I don't stop. Before, every time I would attract him, I'd stop my affirmations and the anxiety would creep back and he'd disappear. Now, I still affirm daily. He is madly in love with me. He communicates nonstop all day. If I'm having doubts, I script to get rid of them. Do not let the negative mindsets creep back in. Those assumptions are so deep-rooted, and we have to change them. Those negative thoughts manifest because we feel the emotion strongly. We can turn them into positives and make that feel natural. When you do, you will manifest your specific person or whatever else you want. Hey guys, a few of my friends have been having breakthroughs using the law, and I thought that I could start sharing their journeys and help motivate somebody here. So this friend of mine had broken up twice and gotten back together with the same specific person. She had brief spells of being together. It would be beautiful and perfect. And then it would end. When this would happen, she would read Neville Goddard and understood the law from just Reddit mostly. And she would try technique after technique. And when nothing would work, she'd be confused and try to understand the law better. Within a day or two, she would understand, manifest contact back with her SP. But then things would go back to not being consistent. Every time she changed techniques, she would have interim success, but then later on it would fade out. Affirming all day used to exhaust her. So she would try something else. She got super frustrated from time to time. So she decided to personalize the law as per what works for her. She read about people not focusing much on their SP, and she tried that. She was able to take her focus off of her SP for a couple of days, but then after seeing little or no results, she would try something else. She'd get close with her SP, but SP wasn't saying the actual words or having the conversation. During this time, she took time by herself and understood what kind of a person she is, and how she had unintentionally manifested this relationship. She realized that confidence is what works for her. She focuses a lot on things. That's who she is. She did get out of her overthinking, analyzing habits, but she's not someone who can easily let go. So she made peace with that. She thought, why not use this focus positively, as ultimately what I focus on grows. She first changed her self-concept and realized that she is God. She would affirm, I know my desires are mine, and my SP is not running away or going away. She told herself her desires desire her even more, and that her desired reality is already here now. The 3D is just catching up. She affirmed almost multiple times a day to keep her in a state of wish fulfilled. Through the day, talking to her subconscious. And this helped her to keep tabs over her self-talk. She did not make this only about her SP. She affirmed about herself, her career, and also kept complimenting herself with "you are" affirmations. They worked wonders for her. She even tapped every day using law of attraction solutions for attracting love. She did self-love meditations, hand wrote her list of affirmations each morning and night. This intensified her already intense focus. She began to wake up feeling light and blissful. All this created a change, and things started flowing consistently. Now, she has her SP back. her biggest takeaways and what advice does she have for others? Number 1, create the pitch. She told herself that her desires are already hers and that she's already in her desired reality. Setting this pitch helped her to get out of the lack mindset. She always started from knowing that creation is finished and everything is already happening to her now. She knew that you only physically experience what you are conscious of, but you pull it into your physical reality using your intention. Number 2, read the law directly. She read the law from the source, Neville Goddard, his lectures. They're available on YouTube as audio and transcripts on Google. Number 3, self-love and self-concept. This was the most important thing for her. Her self-image, she realized, is everything. You see, how we see ourselves is what is going to be reflected to us. Remind yourself of who you really are, God, and your self-image. I am loved, beautiful, secure, wanted, needed, etc. This is what keeps the manifestations constant. And this is why you lost your SP. So addressing the issue with self-concept strengthens the base. Number 4, old story swap. She said to write your old story and all the stuff that bothered you, how you felt, everything. Honestly, it's fine, she says. It won't manifest. Chill. Now change the end. Change stuff that you want about your old story and focus on that. Just flip it and change it. Things will change. Number 5, stop seeking results in the 3D. If she felt tempted, she would just remind herself that she was already in her desired reality, and her desires are hers. They're here now. No need to chase. The 3D might be showing you stuff that's just fading away and catching up to you. Number 6, I am God. This one affirmation was so powerful to her. Wherever you're at, things will change. Just persist. Timelines don't matter. Don't ask or worry about how long it takes. Neville Goddard mentions that your intensity and frequency of imagination determines the timeline. It's already yours. Now, here. The time is just a 3D thing. Everything is already happening to you now, here. Focus on thinking the thoughts of the person who has the desire. That's all that you need to do. Hope that this helps. Lots of love to you all. Hey, My success happened in October, but I forgot to share my success story. Now I'm back on the app and decided to share my story to encourage people who are walking through their bridge of incidents. Old story short, me and my SP were in a long distance relationship. We had an awful breakup. I did the begging, chasing, and she told me there's no way we would ever be together again. She told me there's no chance for us, and she was persistent with this for a long time. I started manifesting in June. That was the month that we broke up. Even though she gave me no reason to hope, I kept manifesting, did my mental diet, YouTube coaches. I didn't really like those. And all the things y'all do. Literally tried everything. I was desperate. Then one day my brain shifted and I just lived my life as if my SP was already back and we were happily together. Then I found something out about my SP that included a third party. This made me stop manifesting and I ended up blocking her. Ouch. But then I kept going because I hate to lose. So while she was blocked on every single platform, I just kept going with my mental diet. It was her birthday and I sent her a short message on iMessage, but I didn't unblock her, so obviously I didn't get anything back. In September, she found a way to contact me and asked me to be her friend again. I said, yes, obviously, duh. Let's be super best friends. 1 month passed. She was acting weird, as if she was hiding something. One morning, I woke up to whole paragraphs from her where she was saying how much she's a mess without me, and she would do anything to have me back. She can't love anybody else but me. Now, this is when the crowd will boo at me. I ended up rejecting her. I know, we hate rejection, success story, but I was happier without her at that point of my life. Now it's January. She's still my friend and still in love with me. I get her undying love and confessions. She went from, I never want to see you again, and there's no chance of us reconciling, to, I will wait for you forever because you're the one. You're my person and you're my soulmate. So that's it. It works. I tried it myself to prove to myself that it does, and it does. I was skeptical, but my own story speaks for itself. So, yeah, I hope that gave y'all some hope. We ended really badly, like horribly, and I fixed it with just the power of my mind. You are powerful. You just don't know it yet. Feel free to ask me any questions if you have any. And I'm sorry if this is messy. I'm a horrible storyteller. Love. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I am making this post in hopes to inspire you and let you all know that circumstances don't matter. This is my story about how I manifested my husband years ago before we were married, after I was blocked, and we were in no contact for a little over a year. He hated me, blocked me on every single social media you can think of. My family was blocked, my friends were blocked, and my phone number was blocked. We had a really bad breakup. So when I first found out about the law, I was desperate and constantly looking for reassurance from YouTubers, coaches, and other people's success stories, hoping to reassure myself. I remember constantly repeating mindless affirmations, being anxious about it all the time, trying to visualize at all times, trying to micromanage every little thought I had. If I'm being honest, it made me feel even worse. So after all of that, I got fed up with YouTubers and coaches, etc. And I started to believe that the law and manifesting wasn't real. So I gave it up and I cried my eyes out for about a week. Then I pulled myself together and decided to actually read and listen to the source of all this for myself, Neville Goddard. I read all of his books and listened to all of his lectures on YouTube that I could find. And it all just clicked for me. The stuff Neville was saying made complete sense to me and made me realize it's not about mindlessly affirming all day long like a parrot, but actually visualizing, feeling it real, and persisting in the desired state. He also said self-concept changes the world around you, which made a lot of sense as well, because I've had experience testing that out, so it just kind of clicked for me. I decided to focus on my self-concept and start taking care of myself. No more mindless affirmations or anxiety when it comes to manifesting my SP. I decided to do SATs one night before bed, and I visualized a scene in first person where we both had rings on our fingers We were sitting on a bench in the park, touching each other's rings and smiling at each other. After the scene, I decided to drop it and let the seed grow. I persisted in the desired state by living in peace and focusing on myself and other stuff, just feeling casual and content with my life, as I would if I already had my SP. And about 2 weeks later, he reached out and asked me out on a date. After months and months of trying to manifest him, trying to force myself to visualize every day, script and repeat affirmations that feel like total lies to me all day, the thing that made it switch to me was when I let the seed grow without obsessively thinking or affirming all day about him. And after that, manifesting him back was a piece of cake. 2 weeks. Some people think that persisting in the desired state means you have to affirm all day, every day. And even that, I thought that way at first. But I actually found out and discovered what Neville means. And this is basically just go on about your life as if you already have it. That's what you persist in. In my personal experience, affirmations about my SP made me feel even worse because it felt like a lie. It needs to feel natural in order to manifest. If it feels exhausting or like hard work, it's most likely not going to manifest into the 3D. I know, based on my personal experience. I was affirming for months and months straight with no movement at all. But SATs and living in the desired state really made things click for me. Me and my SP are now married with a beautiful daughter. And a few years ago, when we got married, the exact same scene happened in real life. We were sitting in the park with our rings on our fingers, holding hands and smiling at each other. To this day, I still remember every little detail about that scene, and it makes me smile. It just melts my heart. But anyways, I hope this gave y'all some hope, and please never give up. Manifesting is 100% real. And yes, you can most certainly manifest anyone you desire. And remember, if manifesting them feels exhausting or like hard work, it's not going to work because it needs to feel natural and real. In my personal experience, I never liked affirmations because it felt like I was lying to myself. And it felt exhausting to say things that weren't true. So that is why I like to visualize and do SATs. Remember, persisting in the desired state does not mean you have to affirm all day, every day, especially if it feels like a lie or exhausting or something that you have to do, because that's definitely not a desired state in my eyes. I personally do use affirmations for little things like headaches or self concept because it's something that I enjoy doing. I recently had some friends come to me and ask for advice because I guess some YouTuber told them to affirm all day, every day, and they were pretty upset about it because of how long they were trying and getting nowhere. I didn't want them to go through what I went through, so I helped them break down Neville. And after I explained my process to them and how I did it, I helped them manifest their SPs or the thing they wanted pretty quickly compared to them trying for months. Anyways, I hope this helps and inspires you not to give up. Have a great day. We've reached the end of our SP success stories for today. I hope that you enjoyed listening to the stories as much as I enjoyed sharing them with you. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'm excited to make more of these videos. We could make videos about different topics too. If you'd like for me to share one of your success stories, you can email me at loasuccessstories1@gmail.com and be featured in a future video. You are so much more powerful than you even realize it. You get to create your life. You get to have all of your desires. Now go out, enjoy your day, enjoy your life. If you're going to sleep, have sweet dreams. I believe in you. I'm rooting for you. And I love you.